which we've given every other speaker. Okay, go ahead.
My name is Jean Johnson, and the problem I have is the $10,000 worth of cost. We have people in the community everywhere that are not hungry. I don't understand the salaries that you guys are making that you need $10,000. I have put later on, I think we're going to vote on it.
All right, thank you so much. Next,
I was wondering, is it possible to have a breakdown of the columns that you gave us for salary and honorarium, travel, and other? How you got to that total? And, for instance, $34,000 in travel for, say, did she give you receipts for gas, for airfare, for mileage, for meals, that total $34,000?
No. Just a minute. In the minutes, it was always approved if there was a meeting to give the chief and council certain amounts for their travel expenses.
So if she only spent
without receipts,
that means that's $14,000 she's got of our money.
yeah.
And that goes for Mike, for Lorraine.
All those amounts were approved in the minutes.
So maybe,
But there weren't actual expense reports. Correct.
but they didn't total those amounts.
I have no idea how much individually they spent. That didn't go through the band. What went through was the lump sum that was paid to them for the meeting.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? So is it possible today, I'm not going to make a motion right now, but would this be the time to make a motion that we have receipts, that total amounts? Is today the day that we would do that?
We went over, when we had that meeting in November and again in March, we did listen to the concerns of the people who were there. We have worked on some of those. That was an area, I'm not sure if you had brought it up or not at that point in time, but we as chief of council had stated then, and I'm saying today, we're going to do it. When we do travel, we do have a travel plane, and we are using that to be used as such. Okay. So it is in effect as of April 1st, 2011.
So am I under the assumption that by next year, we won't see travel at $34,000?
Is what you see is travel at 27,354, 35,
based on receipts?
Whatever, but it's going to be based on receipts.
Okay. Okay.
And we will audit those expense reports.
go ahead.
Chair, she made a point about expenses for travel. You know, we've never seen a budget from you guys as to what your proposed expenses and where you're going to spend your money for the next year. Do you guys do a budget?
We have done a budget in the past. And whenever we did a budget, again, it's something that was never looked at. It was just a waste of time because no one ever wanted it. But that's not a problem for next year for us to have.
So you have a budget for this year?
No.
Do you see that you could do a budget for this year?
We can, yes.
Because I'd like to see a budget. I'd like to know where you propose our money is going to go for this year. I'm assuming it would be a senior budget, a real breakdown of the budget. We would have talked many years ago. They would receive from our businesses.
Yep.
Because you have to budget that in.
That's not a problem. And we do have our accountants that will help.
Her face gets more contorted.
Financial control.
All right, thank you with that. So a suggestion that in the future a budget be presented to the membership of what is going to be spent on and all that, and we'll discuss those as actionable items when we wrap up our meeting, okay? Everything up later here. Do you still want to speak? No?
Of course
okay.
not.
Do I have any more speakers? Go ahead, sir.
Yes, it is included in the other there. In the other is the amount. No. No, it's not a percentage. It was just something that was agreed in the minutes. The pay. No, minutes throughout the year. Council minutes.
All right. Go ahead. One follow-up question.
It's Glooscap that sit on the gaming commission, and then we work to see what various letters that come from and what have you, for certain people who want economic business or individual.
But not having to show receipts.
Needs or what have you.
No, they don't. But they will in the future.
And we also have the finance committee that's set up. And again,
Oh, my nose.
in November and March. The delegation asked for a finance committee, which we did, and that was made in the chief's report.
All right, if we can.
We don't? Yeah, but we don't know what the leaders saw us thinking. We don't know. They're just learning all this information themselves. I think they're going to be happy and copacetic. It's going to be tip of the iceberg.
We did have an elder who was involved.
I can't wait till she's with after.
Okay.
I'll say it for the next meeting.
Thank you for your point. This is what we're going to do at this point, if we get a consensus from everyone. All right? We've had our questions and discussions. We're going to now, based on the information that you guys have, we've understood that we're going to create some actionable items, I guess. Right? But before I want to move forward, I want to get a motion to accept the auditor's report. Accept the auditor's report is just to finalize the report, what a community needs to do, right? Actionable items after your financial report, is what we're going to conclude with. And there's a couple of things that I see we can put forward that will move the community in a forward direction. And I want to get to that point. Go ahead.
I'm concerned that auditor's report and the new proposal for the finance committee
The financial, I want to clarify something. The financial report is just validating that the numbers that they've created and presented to you today are true to their general principles. This is actual money that was spent and it's already done. She's reported that this is truly follow principles of chartered accountants, right? No, I'm only asking you to approve her report and the audit as a community, right? Once we get there, we're going to then talk about what needs to be done or done. Or seconder right here. We have the names. All in favor of accepting the audit financial statement? Great, congratulations to all of you. Great. Thank you. Now with that, I'm going to wrap up some discussion. All right, first of all, I want to commend you guys as a community, first of all, to be able to sit through difficult and tough questions, but I really admire and commend you guys. And I thank you guys for sharing the respect to me as chair. It's made my job, a lot more pleasant. And from here on forward, we're going to try to wrap up with some actionable items, right? And then from there, we'll conclude our session, all right? So, from my discussion, yeah, we can bring Mike back in as well too now. Go ahead, Matt. I'm sorry?
I don't have no business on that.
That's what I'm trying to get to. All right.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. I have a letter from the accountant.
She's right there.
I have a letter from the accountant, and I know we accepted her report, that's fine, but the letter talks about weaknesses in the accounting system with respect to internal controls. And she said this relates to the bad manager being a counselor and keeping records, including payments and how he signed them for. I'm wondering if you feel that that's still the case.
Yeah.
Very good question.
Yeah.
And I have a follow-up.
We always recommend that organizations have a separate governing body, usually a board of directors, completely separate from the day-to-day accounting. There have been improvements since year-end. This is it. Sherry is doing the bookkeeping now, which is very good. That is a move in the right direction. But at year-end, that was not happening. And because Mike Halliday used to do the bookkeeping basically, and he would approve the motion, and that's a conflict. But now they have a separate person who's doing it. So there has been an improvement.
All right, thank you. So I'm glad to hear you say that. Can you tell us what else needs to be done to eliminate any other potential conflicts?
That's right.
In your opinion, in your professional opinion.
In our opinion, one person should not be doing everything. If she writes the check.
No, what else needs to be done?
But that's, I mean, we recommend things. I don't know what other recommendations I had. That was the main one. That was basically what we see. That there has to be, if one person does something, somebody else should be checking. There was, if she does bank reconciliations, because she's doing the accounting, somebody else should check those bank reconciliations. That's another vitamin. All invoices before they pay should have to be approved. There should also be people signing every check. And there is now. But it was a problem before because one of the persons was actually writing the check, signing the approving.
We've been saying that.
Yes, and we've been saying it for years too.
Yeah.
Can you tell us why they didn't take your direction?
We do have a financial controller from CMM that also comes down to the city hearing in any of the areas as well as payroll. So we haven't seen this year until we are.
And there should be procedures, the financial management, it should all be documented. There should be very detailed job descriptions, and I think there needs to be a lot of updating in that department. Another thing that we've noticed, salaries for chief and council. There has to be very good documentation.
Pardon?
It should be, every time there's a change, there should be something that's signed by all the chief and council, and it should be put in their personnel file. Personnel files haven't always been updated like they should.
All right, thank you. Go ahead.
One question, I guess, usually with audit statements, we always get management letters that kind of might indicate where we have some
There
shortfalls.
was a management letter, and that can be posted on the website if you have to agree.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what the draft management letter.
So that's not what chief and council do. We have to go on the internet.
Yeah. But it should be on the website.
Yeah. Our website don't have it.
Yeah, your website. I agree.
Thank you, Carol.
All right, do you guys want to take a break here, or? All right, okay, we're on a roll. I'm going to try to get a couple of things, the rest portion. This is our other business portion, and in our other business portion is some actionable items that I want to see. So far from what I've heard, anyway, and you guys can add to what I've heard, captured everything, is that the Christmas bonuses that they were mentioned and discussed is not something that the general band membership is interested in continuing, right? And that this is something that the chief of council should hear from his membership and take in consideration when they make that decision.
They must.
Right? So is there a consensus that is what you're agreeing on in that number one item?
We have to
First I'll capture what you guys were, what issues and items you guys